Hi, my name is Simeon Nilasha, and the trigger point of the week this week is the triceps brachii muscle. So let's look at the triceps together. First, perhaps we'll do a little 3D search. We'll look at the posterior aspect of the arm, and here we have some choices. Deltoid, triceps brachii. Okay. Triceps muscle, 3 heads. Long head, middle, medial and lateral head. They all insert into the olecranon process and also sort of down into the fascia in the back of the arm. And don't forget also there's the anconeus muscle, which is a kind of agonist for the triceps muscle itself. In terms of most of the work is done by the middle or medial head of the tricep, and that has a fairly extensive origin all the way down from the humerus itself. The long head is interesting, often involved actually in adhesive capsulitis, and in that condition we can sometimes see a triceps tendinopathy, which is not something you really see in the literature that much, but it definitely exists because you can palpate it. The long head takes its origin from the posterior aspect of the glenohumeral joint, and also some fibers from the capsule itself. So if you have a kind of capsulitis or capsulopathy, sometimes you can get a sort of triceps involvement there. The long head of triceps passes through the teres minor and teres major muscle as it comes down, and you can palpate that as you trace the long head up to the posterior capsule, which is something we do a lot with people that have a kind of capsulitis or capsulopathy. Also, it forms part of the quadrilateral space, which is it contains the posterior circumflex humeral artery and the axillary nerve. In terms of pain maps, the long head has quite an extensive pain map. Often people feel it around the sort of origin of the muscle itself, but also in the elbow, so associated with golfer's elbow actually, or medial epicondylalgia. And if someone has a golfer's elbow, it's often worth looking for trigger points in the triceps itself. The lateral head tends to manifest around about the kind of, as we said, the sort of medial epicondyle area. Also, a little slip into the back of the arm, as do the left lateral head and the deep muscular tendinous triceps attachments. So pain in the triceps region and in the medial epicondyle. Triceps, obviously a muscle that people use in the gym. Also, it forms part of the functional unit. Don't forget, if someone has a triceps problem, the triceps relies on the rotator cuff and the pecs to stabilize the scapula so that we can use the triceps. So well worth looking at the muscles there if there's a triceps problem. And also, as we said, the latissimus dorsi also is kind of pairs with the long head of tricep often. So also worth looking at the lat dorsi for trigger points if you have someone with a triceps problem. Had an interesting case recently of a guy that was in the army working on tanks, and he was having to put the tread back on these tank wheels, and he was banging and banging and banging for hours and hours putting these treads on, and developed a lot of medial elbow pain, posterior shoulder pain, and was misdiagnosed and mistreated quite a lot. We looked and there were really florid triceps trigger points, did some treatment on that and completely fixed it within, I think it was about 2 sessions, which was amazing. Been suffering for at least 9 months with that problem. Actually had to quit the army because of it. So tricep, a muscle we're looking for trigger points when there's been kind of overwork in there as well. And also worth saying that it also pairs with the deltoid as well, posterior part of the deltoid. So that's the triceps brachii trigger point of the week. I hope you enjoyed that. Please feel free to follow us on social media, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you very much.